Hello everyone, let us have the current affairs discussion of the last day of the month July, which is 31st July. Firstly, question number 1. What is the projected growth rate for India for the year 2025 and 2026 as per the IMF? Recently, IMF, which is International Monetary Fund, this is a specialized agency of United Nations. This is the international financial institution. This was released a report which is referred to as World Economic Outlook. In this World Economic Outlook report, the projected growth rate for the year 2025 and 2026 for India is determined to be 6.4%. Therefore, IMF released a report which is World Economic Outlook. Based on this report, the projected growth rate for India is 6.4%. Therefore, option C would be the correct option for question number 1. If you see the explanation here, India 6.4%. Option C, 6.4% projected growth by IMF, International Monetary Fund. If you talk about IMF, this was located in Washington DC. Headquarters is located in Washington DC in the United States of America. This was established in the year 1944 on July 22nd. And the managing director of IMF is Kristalina Georgieva. So remember all these key points related to IMF which were important for the examination. And moving forward, question number 2. Which satellite launched by ISRO in collaboration with NASA for an Earth observation? So basically, ISRO and NASA, it is a joint space satellite launched from Satish Dhawan Space Center, Andhra Pradesh. The launching vehicle is GSLV F-16 on July 30 successfully. So the which is useful for Earth observation. And the name of satellite is the given options for NISAR, Chandrayaan 3, RISAT and Cartosat 3. The correct answer for this question is option A, which is NISAR. NISAR stands for NASA ISRO. So the name itself gives the answer for this question. NASA and ISRO. A synthetic aperture radar. NISAR stands for NASA ISRO synthetic aperture radar. This is useful for Earth observation. And this satellite contains two bands, and this was orbited into the sun synchronous orbit, which basically means geo-sun synchronous orbit. Basically, what does this mean? If it's Earth and towards the pole, this satellite is revolute around the poles. So the revolution quite like this. So the geosynchronous orbit means this is around the poles, the movement around the poles. Therefore, for this question, ISRO and NASA collaboration launched a satellite that named is NISAR. Satellites jointly launched by both ISRO and NASA. If you talk about ISRO, established in 15th August 1969. The current chairman of ISRO is V. Narayan, and headquarters is located in Bangalore, Karnataka. And if you talk about NASA, National Aeronautics Space Administration. In examination, they can give the question expand the NASA. So you have to remember this abbreviation as well. National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Remember, National Aeronautics and Space Administration. This was established in the year 1948. Headquarters is located in Washington DC, USA, and the chairman of current NASA is Cian Duffy. Remember, Cian Duffy is current chairman of NASA. So for question number 2, option A would be the correct answer. And moving forward, question number 3. What is India's rank in the recently concluded FISU World University Games? FISU World summer university games. So basically this FISU World University Games happens twice a year, means it is a biennial sport event, and this was the host country for this 2025 is Ruhr city of Germany, and this FISU, this is a 32nd edition, and this was concluded on 27th July. The first rank was achieved by the Japan, second China, and third USA, and India ranks 20. India receives 12 medals. For Japan it is 34 and China 30, USA 28. India receives 12 medals. Out of them 2 were gold and 5 were silver and 5 were bronze. Therefore FISU World University Games India's rank is 20. And medals were 12. And the question is asking India's rank in FISU World University Games 20. Therefore option B correct option for question number 3. Moving forward. Question number 4. Who has won the title of Formula 1 F1 race for Belgian Grand Prix? So I'm directly jumping to the correct option. Oscar Piastri won the Formula 1 car race Belgian Grand Prix. Remember, Belgian Grand Prix won by Oscar Piastri. So therefore option A would be the correct option for question number 4. And moving forward, question number 5. Which team has won the Euro Women's Football Championship? Basically it is Euro Cup 2025. This was conducted by the UEFA, United Europe Football Association. This was conducted by the UEFA. This is subsidiary organization of FIFA. So this works subsidiary to FIFA. So basically this was won by England by defeating Spain. So Euro Cup 2025, Women's Cup 2025 won by England. Therefore option D for question number 5. And moving forward, question number 6. What magnitude earthquake that struck Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula? I want to just open the explanation side here. If you see, this is Russia and this is Kuril Islands. This is a disputed territory between Russia and Japan, and this is a Kamchatka Peninsula. That belongs to Russia. What happens is, it is Pacific Ocean here. Oceanic Pacific plate is present. And this is a major plate. This is one of the major plate, and here Okhotsk plate present. This name is of Japanese origin, hence the name is like this. So Okhotsk plate, this is a minor plate. So the convergence of oceanic plate over the continental plate, this convergence creates earthquake, sometimes volcanic eruptions, sometimes landslides. So this eventually triggers what? Tsunami. So recently Russia raised alerts basically for tsunami alerts, because the earthquake happens under the ocean. When earthquake happens under the ocean, then it is referred to as tsunami. And tsunami can also happen because of earthquakes and sometimes volcanic eruption and sometimes undersea landslides. So because of this phenomena, the tsunami waves were observed around this Pacific Ring of Fires. So this basically referred to as Pacific Ring of Fires. Here the Russia, Japan and these countries were present. Here New Zealand will present. Here North American countries. Here Chile, Peru, the Southern American countries. Basically this is hub for volcanic eruptions and earthquakes. So which is why this recently the earthquake was observed in the Russia, The epicenter is located in Kamchatka Peninsula. Kamchatka Peninsula epicenter, and the magnitude range of 8.8, around 8.8. This was measured on the Richter scale. This was measured on the Richter scale. If you see, Richter scale measures the magnitude of the earthquake, and Mercalli scale measures the intensity of earthquake. And what is earthquake? Sudden movement of the surface of earth referred to as earthquake. So the magnitude is 8.8. The feature of this earthquake is this is a shallow earthquake, shallow reverse faulting earthquake. Basically, what does this means? This means shallow means the depth of the earthquake is low. When depth is low, the intensity will be high. And the destruction causes or loss of life or damage to property, that will also be high. Basically, the amount of destruction will be high when the depth of earthquake is less. So lower the depth, higher the destruction. So 8.8 magnitude. Therefore, option B, 8.8 magnitude earthquake was witnessed in the Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula. Option D would be the correct option for question number 6. And moving forward, question number 7. What is the purpose of Veer Parivar Sahayata Yojana? Veer Parivar Sahayata Yojana. This was launched by NALSA, National Legal Services Authority. This was established under NALSA Act 1987. Basically, what's the purpose? If you see the explanation here. So basically, it aims to provide free legal aid and advice and support to army and paramilitary personnel and their families. So NALSA, this Yojana, that is Veer Parivar means soldiers family Sahayata Yojana. This basically associated with to support families of martyred soldiers in providing legal aid and advice. So therefore, option B would be the correct option. If you see in the Constitution of India as well, under Part 4 talks about directive principles of state policy, and 39 capital A, which was inserted through 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. This talks about free legal aid to poor. This is different, and whatever I'm talking about, I'm just talking about the constitutional provision of free legal aid, and this topic is also different. I just connecting the dots here. So free legal aid in Article 39A. So sorry, the free legal aid. So based on this provision, the government of India or basically the Parliament enacted this NALSA Act, and this provides the free legal aid to the poor. In the same way, the NALSA, because of by this scheme, has been providing the free legal aid and advice and the legal help to the Veer Parivars. Hence the Veer Parivar Sahayata Yojana launched by NALSA, associated with to support the families of martyred soldiers. Remember the keyword, martyred soldiers. So therefore, option B for question number 7. And moving forward, question number 8. On which date is World Nature Conservation Day observed annually? The question is asking World Conservation Nature Day. This was observed annually on July 28th, and the theme for the day is connecting people and plants. So PP, remember PP. So here just people and connecting people and plants, the theme. So the question is asking on which date is World Nature Conservation Day is observed? Basically on 20th July. Therefore, option C would be the correct option, and the theme for the day is connecting people and plants. So question number 8, option C, correct option. And moving forward, question number 9. Recently, scientists proposed converting which of the following metals into gold? So if you see the explanation here, the Silicon Valley startup company, this is USA based startup company, found a way to turn mercury into gold. Therefore, from mercury, as per their assumption, they are saying they discovered the ways to convert the mercury metal into gold. Therefore, option C, correct option for question number 9. And moving forward, question number 10. Preparation and revision of electoral rolls in India is primarily laid down by which act? If you see the explanation, the preparation and revision of electoral rolls, preparation and revision of electoral rolls, basically the voter list done through contains provisions mentioned in RPA Act 1950. Remember, this is very important. So RPA Act 1950 talks about electoral rolls preparation and revision, and this also talks about manner of filling the seats and qualification and disqualification of voters, and also the delimitation of constituencies, and also allocation of seats to Lok Sabha, state legislative assemblies and state legislative council. So basically seat allocation and qualification and disqualification of voters and the electoral rolls and manner of filling the seats. So all these provisions were mentioned or present or that were drawn from this RP Act 1950. Therefore option A RPA, Representation of People Act 1950, would be the correct option for question number 10. And these were the top 10 MCQs that I want to discuss for this 31st July day, and we are ending the video as usual by discussing static question. Basically, you have to provide your answer for this question. Who was the first Indian to receive Nobel Prize? C.V. Raman, Amartya Sen, Rabindranath Tagore, and Mahatma Gandhi. So I just want to give the answer here directly because nobody is commenting this static question. So first Indian to receive the Nobel Prize is C. Rajagopalachari. C. Rajagopala. So this is asking about Nobel Prize, right? So Nobel Prize is Rabindranath Tagore. Therefore, option C would be the correct option. If you talk about Bharat Ratna, this was first received by the C. Rajagopalachari. And if it is Nobel Prize, this was received by the Rabindranath Tagore. Therefore, option C, correct option for this question. And that's it for the day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. Good luck and Jai Hind.